watching The Times of India. I'm Neha Khanna. Ever since he was elected to the White House, Donald Trump has been making global headlines practically on a daily basis. Some would say more for the wrong reasons than the right ones. From military wars to trade wars and domestic political battles, the US president has had his hands quite full, firefighting one image crisis after another. But if there is one controversy that seems to have emerged as the biggest headache for Trump, one that could have extremely damaging repercussions, it's the Epstein files. The question on everyone's mind is this: just what do the Epstein files contain? Where is the much talked about client list? Why is the US president so reluctant to release those files? Let's tell you all about the explosive story that potentially threatens the political careers and public personas of many powerful men around the world, especially in the United States. This week, the US Department of Justice and the FBI released a memo detailing the findings of Jeffrey Epstein's 2019 death in a New York City prison. The report ruled out any foul play, confirming that the disgraced financier and convicted sex offender died by suicide. The memo also claimed there was no evidence that Jeffrey Epstein had a list of powerful men who participated in his alleged underworld of sex trafficking and paedophilia. The much talked about memo has triggered outrage both among Trump's critics and some of his most loyal supporters, especially amid signals that his administration is ready to put a lid on the investigation. For years now, there have been theories about top American politicians being closely linked to Epstein, the politically connected billionaire who went on to become a convicted pedophile and accused sex trafficker. Those theories suggest that these very powerful men, part of the infamous client list, sexually abused and raped scores of minor girls on Epstein's private island. Since the 1990s, Epstein had been rubbing shoulders with some of the wealthiest and most powerful people in the world. Those people included Britain's Prince Andrew, former US President Bill Clinton, and the current US President Donald Trump. They all deny any wrongdoing. Details of Epstein's alleged secret life first emerged back in 2005 when several underage girls accused him of offering to pay for massages or sex acts at his Palm Beach mansion. Grand jury testimony unsealed years later included accusations that Epstein, who was then in his 40s, had raped teenage girls as young as 14. Epstein avoided federal charges by making a deal to serve 13 months in prison on state prostitution charges and to register as a sex offender. A Justice Department review later found that the then US Attorney, Alex Acosta, who oversaw the deal, exercised poor judgment. Acosta went on to serve as Trump's Labor Secretary in his first term. Dozens of other women subsequently alleged in 2018 that Epstein had abused them. Those accusations forced the hand of the Justice Department, which then opened a new investigation into Epstein. A year later, Epstein was indicted in New York with sex trafficking dozens of underage girls. But before the world could learn of the more lurid details of his powerful clients who allegedly participated in predatory sexual acts with those young girls, Epstein was found dead in his New York prison cell in August 2019. He was taken to a hospital and pronounced dead. Authorities ruled it was a suicide. And while it's been 6 years, theories of possible blackmail and murder have continued to swirl around Epstein's death. Many have asked whether Epstein really died by suicide or if powerful figures had him killed to stop any incriminating material from being released. As the conspiracy theories of a murder plot gained traction, so did the theory that Epstein had kept a client list as blackmail. And guess what? Amongst those conspiracy theorists were several prominent right-wing figures, including the man who now heads America's all-powerful FBI, Kash Patel. It is his agency which now claims there is no client list.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that.
During his 2024 election campaign, Trump said he would consider releasing additional government files on Epstein, promising to fulfill the demand from right-wing figures as part of his push for transparency in governance. But now, it seems that promise has been all but forgotten. Backlash against the Department of Justice and the FBI has been severe. Calls for Attorney General Pam Bondi to resign have flooded social media. Critics cite Bondi's February interview on Fox News, where she had claimed that a client list was sitting on her desk. Now we are told there is no such list. And guess who else is lashing out at the Trump administration over the Epstein files? Trump's former best friend and Tesla CEO, Elon Musk. The billionaire has been questioning the US president for withholding documents tied to a convicted sex offender. Musk posted on X, "How can people be expected to have faith in Trump if he won't release the Epstein files?" He also pledged to make exposing the scandal a high priority should his newly formed America Party gain some sort of power or large political presence in the US. Not too long ago, after the two billionaires publicly fell out, Elon Musk even claimed that Trump was named in the unreleased Epstein documents. But the post was later deleted and Musk said he had gone too far. Meanwhile, Trump, who had vowed to expose Epstein's network, is now losing his patience with reporters asking him questions on the matter. The other day, he cantankerously said to one of them, "You're still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? That's unbelievable."
Yeah, sure. If
Hey,
I
Pam,
could...
could I just interrupt for
Sure.
1 second? Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Texas, we have this, we have all of the things. And are people still talking about this guy, this creep? That is unbelievable.
But clearly the questions are refusing to die down and the storm is only gathering pace. American news outlet The Daily Beast has carried a story titled "The Predator and the President." It claims that some explosive tapes recorded by author Michael Wolff show Epstein claiming that Trump liked to sleep with his friends' wives and first slept with his now wife Melania on his plane dubbed the Lolita Express. The outlet says Epstein described himself as Donald Trump's closest friend for 10 years and claimed intimate knowledge of his proclivity for sex. Epstein spoke at length about Trump with the author Michael Wolff in August 2017. Trump's camp had then referred to the tape's release as false smears and election interference. Wolff has shared the tapes with the Daily Beast and recently caused a storm when he said that the paedophile showed off photos of Trump with topless young women sitting in his lap. Wolff, who has written books on Epstein, says he has up to 100 hours of recordings of interviews with Epstein. Trump's team has attacked Wolff, calling him a disgraced writer who routinely fabricates lies in order to sell fiction books because he clearly has no morals or ethics. It's another matter that in 2002, Trump told New York Magazine about Epstein. "I've known Jeff for 15 years. Terrific guy. He's a lot of fun to be with. It's even said that he likes beautiful women as much as I do, and many of them are on the younger side." In recent days, many of Trump's best-known allies have voiced their anger and frustration over the lack of Epstein revelations. The question is simply this: why has Trump reneged on his promise to ensure a transparent investigation into Epstein files? Why is he in such a tearing hurry to close the investigation? Why is Trump refusing to release the Epstein files? After all, if he's innocent, such a move would only serve to vindicate him. Just what is the Trump administration hiding? Will the American people and the world ever know the real and complete truth about the dark and sordid saga called the Epstein Files?